The Prime Minister was in Pattaya over the weekend. He had a nice night on Walking Street, and one of the things he was doing was looking at possible routes for a Formula One race. It's been talked about in Thailand here for a long time. People say, well, it would be around the streets of Bangkok. They're talking about Rayong, a purpose-built track possibly by Utapao Airport, and even here, a race around the streets of Pattaya in Formula One cars. Can you imagine that? Would it ever happen? If it did, what would be the effect on the economy? And most importantly, where would all the cars go? So what about for the local economy? Will it be a good thing? I think over the weekend of a race, it will be amazing. There's got to be over 1,000 hotels and Airbnbs and places in this town. And there's got to be over 100,000 hotel rooms. You won't be able to get a hotel or a room that day. People who live in Pattaya will be renting out their condos and rooms to people for extortionate prices who want to come and see the glamour and the glitz of the Formula One race. There's going to be disruption around the local area for years before, if there is a race here, because they're going to be doing things like trying to mend the roads, maybe demolishing some places so the cars can get round, all the problems that makes for the local economy. I went to Monte Carlo in 2004, 3 weeks before the race, and even then roads were closed. They were building stadiums for the people to sit at. They were redirecting traffic. They were building pit lanes and the village and the media village, and it was quite amazing to see the disruption that it made to Monte Carlo. One of the things I like to do in the bar is talk to the customers, and I have many customers that come in from Las Vegas, Nevada, and they tell me that this last year, for the first year, there was a Formula One race there, and unanimously 100% of the people were not very happy with the outcome of the race over a long period of time. The race weekend was very disruptive to the local people. They couldn't get around anywhere, and apparently all the casinos did very badly. Apparently they've got casinos in Nevada, who knew? But of course you have to look at the big picture. Las Vegas has recently lost all the big boxing fights have now gone to Saudi Arabia. It's really pushing sport. It's got the NFL team there. They've just recently hosted the Super Bowl. And they've got a live golf event and lots of other sporting events going on in Vegas. It's trying to push itself as a sporting city. Could the same thing happen here in Pattaya? It's going to be a nightmare, and that could go on for years and years and years, and the locals will not be happy. And there isn't the same sort of compensation schemes that they have for local businesses when roadworks and stuff happen in other countries. Here, the people really get nothing. It's just, well, if you're near a big construction works, it's just bad luck. You shouldn't have land there. On race weekend itself, I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. You won't be able to get a room that weekend, and there will be the biggest and most expensive prices that you've ever seen for hotel rooms here in Pattaya. All the local bars and businesses, restaurants and bars should do very well. Where would the route of a possible Formula One race actually go? I had me thinking that on, and I came up with this. When thinking of the route, there are a few things you have to bear in mind. First of all, it has to be wide enough for the cars to go. That's quite important. I don't know a lot about Formula One, but I know that's quite important. You also have to have places where they can erect stadiums and places, safe places for people to watch. And also, in my opinion, it has to go past a few landmarks, places of special interest that are going to identify the city to a worldwide audience. I've had a big think about this, which is, I don't do a lot of that about anything, and I thought that maybe the race could start right here on the Sukhumvit Road by South Pattaya Road and Tepozit. So you'd have the cars racing along here, you'd have the spectators along there, you'd have massive grandstands on that carriageway. Maybe the pits would be down there somewhere, and a lot of the activity would be here on the Sukhumvit Road. Can you imagine? The lights go green, they all race off, and it's that way towards Tepozit. The first corner, and the reason I've chosen Tepozit Road is because it's pretty wide and it's just a long straight road, so another real chance for overtaking. One of the things I didn't say when I was on the bridge was that you need places for cars to overtake. Street circuits like Monaco and Azerbaijan are well known for not being very exciting because you can't overtake at all. Well, here on Tepozit Road, again, you could possibly have the cars going down one carriageway, stadiums and crowds on the other carriageway, or maybe just have the whole carriageway for one great big long it's about 1.5 kilometre stretch. So overtaking straight away is possible in the Pattaya Grand Prix as we head at breakneck speed down the Tepozit Road. For another turn, and it's a right, and it's uphill for about a quarter of a mile on the Pattaya Road, and we're going towards Pratamnak. And this is where the race slows down a little. It gets a bit pedestrian. We're doing a left and we're on to Pratamnak Road, and this is where there's quite a lot of hotels. People could be renting out the rooms in places like Tara Court to watch as the Grand Prix makes its way to one of the landmarks. Remember I said that you need to go past a few landmarks. We're in Thailand, it's a Buddhist country, so we want to go past a big Buddha image. It would have been fantastic to go right out by Silver Lake, where they have the world's biggest Buddha image, not statue, but image, carved onto the rocks. That would have been pretty spectacular. But we can't go that way because it's too far out and it's not really Pattaya. So, how about the big Buddha on the hill? Now, we can't go past literally the big Buddha on the hill, but helicopter shots will show the cars as they race around Pratamnak, and it will pull away and it will see that huge, great big golden Buddha as it stands majestically overlooking the rest of the world. It will be a fantastic heli-telly shot. And that's what the Formula One people, and indeed the country of Thailand, want. They want that image of the modern and the old together. And here we've got something that we need in every Grand Prix, a hairpin bend. Well, kind of. This has just been resurfaced as well, this area, and in fact the Prime Minister, when he came to Pattaya, came right here. What a great little manoeuvre this would be. And this location, in my opinion, this is the place. This is going to be the exciting part. The hairpin as it comes down from Buddha Hill. You've all seen the circuit in Monaco as it winds its way down past the casino in Monte Carlo. I've actually been there. I have got a picture of me there, but I can't find it. But wouldn't it be amazing? I think this would be the prime viewing area just here. You get a couple of stadiums, see these beautiful gardens that are here, and you'd see the cars as they come down the hill. This is going to be the #1 viewing point for the fantasy Pattaya Grand Prix. So we joined second row for a very short amount of time. You could say a short time. The drivers will have a short time on second row. So in my head, as I say, I've been working out this fantasy Grand Prix circuit, and of course we need to go down the iconic beach road. It would be nice to go to Walking Street, but there's two problems with Walking Street. The first one is the entrance by Valley High Pier is very, very thin, and you'd have to start knocking buildings down. It's not possible, and also, actually, it's just too thin. It's just the whole road is too thin. A beach road, those wonderful helicopter shots of the bay of Pattaya with all the yachts in there, the multi-million-dollar yachts, and the cars racing along. What would be a straight, actually, so there could be overtaking there as well. In front of the beach, the palm trees, the coconuts, everything. All the hook. No. It would look amazing. But to do that, you have to do a left turn right here, which means we'll be going the wrong way down South Pattaya Road and then the wrong way down the whole of Beach Road. That causes a problem, not just for the fantasy Formula One, but also for me, because I can't drive the wrong way. So I'm going to have to drive forwards and then reverse the film. So we've gone along Beach Road and the helicopter has panned in on the iconic Pattaya sign and the skyline and the beach and everything. You've got all of that. And you've got another really tricky, it's not a hairpin bend, but it is a bend of sorts. It's at least 90 degrees. And you've already got the crash barriers here. So they've thought about this already. And of course, they're going to go once again the wrong way up there, up North Pattaya Road and head towards Sukhumvit. So unfortunately, as I filmed this in June of 2024, there are roadworks going on at the corner of North Pattaya Road and Sukhumvit. But obviously when my fantasy Grand Prix is going on, it will be buttery smooth, perfect road. And we're back on the Sukhumvit Road, where we started really, but I've got one more surprise. And so here it is, the final piece of the jigsaw in the fantasy Pattaya Grand Prix circuit, and it is the tunnel. Yes, the tunnel that took ages to build and everybody said would be full of water every time it rained. You can still hear me. Well, it turns out that actually the tunnel has been pretty good. And the Monaco Grand Prix has a tunnel, and so will my fantasy Pattaya Grand Prix as the cars go racing down the Sukhumvit Road to meet their pit lanes and the checkered flag somewhere between Pattaya Glang, Central Pattaya Road, and South Pattaya Road. So, what do you think of my fantasy Pattaya Formula One route? And what do you think of the idea itself? Will it ever happen? Well, of course it won't. It's all talk, it's all so that certain high-up people can get pictured doing things and being dynamic with people, but in reality, I don't think it's ever going to happen. But if it did, for that one weekend, Pattaya would just be some amazing place, wouldn't it? It would be great to come here, but all the disruption and all the problems with building the roads and reconstructing some of the roads, it will be difficult. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. There is a members area to this channel. Please join the members. I'd love you to come on in and be a member. There's lots more content there, including members only live streams, members only live streams, and a personal vlog from me about my life as a Pattaya bar owner. What's it really like? Well, I'll let you know in the members. And it starts at only £2 a month. But for me, Mr. Egg, on the route of the Pattaya Grand Prix, it's goodbye, and I'll see you next week. Bye.